yajayo.
We will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Katika ulimwengu unaosonga kwa kasi, usahihi wa habari ni muhimu.
The only thing that has changed, Senator Khalwale, is that you are defending the indefensible.
If you allow me as a bullfighter, I'll fix him here and now, and it will be sorted out.
You were doing very well until you brought out your character of bullfighting.
Tunakupa habari sahihi na zisizoegemea upande wowote.
Pindi tu walioteuliwa wataidhinishwa na bunge la kitaifa.
Na ni hapa ndipo
Darubini,
kila siku ya Jumatatu na Jumanne
saa 1 jioni.
You're just in time for the latest here in the country and beyond our borders. We're keeping an eye on the events that are currently happening at the UN headquarters in New York City, where President William Ruto is currently attending UNGA, and we'll be informing you as and when we get more details. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Susan Thuku. We start on a health note where rural and private hospitals across the country now say they will no longer extend credit to Social Health Authority SHA, citing billions of shillings in unpaid claims. The move means patients under the scheme will now have to pay cash for services, a decision that doctors and hospital owners say has been long overdue. Speaking in Nairobi County on Monday, the Rural and Private Hospitals Association chairman, that is Dr. Brian Lishenga, said henceforth treatment will strictly be on cash basis except for emergencies and critical services. The hospitals are also faulting the Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale's handling of the fraud investigations, accusing him of theatrics, and also claiming that despite announcing losses of 10.6 billion shillings in medical fraud, the government has only pursued 31 hospitals.
Today, with the exception of emergency services and some critical services, we will not be extending credit to SHA. And the reason is, as we have said, we have already proven that SHA is a bad borrower and a bad debtor. This was anybody who knows that when you are being conned by someone, you must draw the line at being conned. So SHA has already received credit from us as hospitals worth 76 billion. Surely, how much more credit does SHA want? And then the only thing we have reaped from SHA is the minister going out there to call hospitals cartels, fraudsters, thieves. You know, while hospitals have been supporting him to deliver his mandate, all he does is call them thieves and cartels. So we have said enough is enough.
And in other news, more than 15 technical and vocational education and training institutions from Kiambu County joined forces in Kinale Forest for a larger-scale tree planting exercise, a move that underscores their role in the county's national climate action agenda. The initiative, coordinated by Kiambu National Polytechnic and led by the Ministry of Education's Deputy Director in charge of the Greening Initiative, Dr. Dinah Changwamu, alongside Kiambu National Polytechnic Deputy Principal Dr. Jane Gitau, saw hundreds of students take part in the campaign. Now, Dr. Changamu said the exercise was part of efforts to actualize the presidential directive to plant 15 billion trees to combat climate change by the year 2030. On her part, Dr. Gitau noted that the Polytechnic has established a nursery with sufficient seedlings to supply local communities for long-term conservation efforts.
We are looking forward to planting the 5 billion trees. And what we are doing today is a very small portion of it. It's actually a tiny, tiny drop in this big ocean. And it's something that, like our PS said, and our further on, our president, that we have to keep doing this and restore our country to where it was.
We have embraced greening. We have a very big nursery which accommodates over 100,000 seedlings, and we have been trying to plant trees everywhere. And even today, that is exactly the same thing we want to do. That if you destroy nature, nature will destroy you.
This day we live to speak for generations.
Elsewhere, the people are feared dead in Kinyanga, Kisii County after matatu rammed onto a boda carrying a passenger. Both the rider and a pillion died on the spot. Eyewitnesses say the matatu was speeding and was being driven by a conductor against traffic rules. The conductor narrowly escaped mob justice as angry residents descended on him before police arrived at the scene. Residents now want traffic police to enforce road safety rules to curb the increasing number of accidents along the busy stretch.
Karibu na hapa kwenye accident imefanyika. Wakati nduru ilipiwa, nikatokelezea kwa barabara. Kuingia at the scene, nikapata mwanamke amelala, ameangushwa kwa barabara kwa rami. Na ule kijana alikuwa amepiwa akaanguka kwa ile mtaro. Sasa shida ni kwamba haijajulikana bado mpaka saa hii huyu kijana ni wa wapi na huyu madamu ni wa wapi. Wengine wamedhani wametoka pande ya Igara. Na hiyo pikipiki haikuwa na ile mapati ya stage.
Kiongozi wetu hapa ambaye ni MP Obadia Barongo, tafadhali barabara mahali iliachiwa, tafadhali na wewe inua hiyo barabara kiasi ipanuke kidogo juu ni ndogo. Na hata customer mmoja anatembelea mguu hakuna, utusaidie barabara itengenezwe angalau nasi tupate mahali pa kutembea.
Stakeholders in the health sector are raising concerns over the increase in snakebite-related deaths in high-risk counties. The deaths are being linked to a shortage of antivenom and inadequate budgetary allocation for awareness and treatment programs. According to the stakeholders, most health facilities remain in dire need of antivenom, even as vulnerable communities continue to suffer the impact of delayed treatment. In Vihiga County, health officials revealed that many residents still rely on traditional remedies, a practice that has been linked to a high risk of death. Health experts have urged the government to intervene to avert the risk.
Bado bajeti ambayo inapewa snakebite ku enhance community education and awareness either ni kidogo sana ama haipo kabisa. Secondly, the issue of antivenom is a major issue kwa sababu most of the facilities katika hizi high burden counties hazina hiyo antivenom.
Public Service, Human Capital Development and Special Programs Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Roku has defended his developmental tours in Mbeere North ahead of the upcoming by-election, dismissing accusation that he is leveraging government projects to campaign for the United Democratic Alliance UDA party. Roku, a former member of Mbeere North, reiterated his support for UDA's candidate Leonard Wamuthende, describing him as a leader who embodies continually and alignment with President William Ruto's administration. The Cabinet Secretary warned residents against the leaders he accused of sowing seeds of discord for personal gain.
I want to tell them to go and read Article 25. That the Cabinet Secretary is allowed by law to champion the interest of a party, to champion the interest of a candidate. Na mimi niko na candidate wangu. Hii parapara wanaweka katika advertisement next week ili sisi watu eneo hili pia tupate matunda ya nchi yetu ya Kenya.
Meanwhile, squatter communities in Mombasa County want the government to strengthen the use of the alternative justice system to resolve long-running land disputes, citing absentee landlords, missing land records and delays in funding as major obstacles. Speaking during a sensitization forum, John Paul Obonyo of the Haki Yetu organization said residents from Mwakirunge, Likoni, Mleji and Jundam have yet to gain meaningful results even after resorting to alternative dispute resolution to settle the long-standing land issue. Now, the squatters are also seeking answers to whereabouts of 50 million shillings out of the fund allocation by the county government that was intended to buy lands from absentee landlords.
Under Public Finance Management Act. The key thing is we have an allocation of 50 million, but there's no account that has been opened. The key question and a governance concern, where is the account for this particular fund? Communities have got interest, a very big interest on this RD fund issue. So we are calling upon the RD fund team, reach out to the communities. As a partner and as a key actor, we are ready to partner and collaborate with the government to ensure that this actually goes through. We've seen that most landowners have addressed the issue of that they will need to evict the people in these particular settlements. But what we want to see is, can this be actualized through what you call land regularization?
Sasa sisi tunaomba na tunahitaji ardhi fund iwe itafanya kazi ili ipate kutukwamua katika hili swali la ardhi. Sababu Likoni saizi ni social economic zone. Saizi nyumba zote zinatakana maisha yawe yatakuwa upgraded. Saizi kama hatuna hati miliki, tuta upgrade vipi maisha yetu kule? Kwa hivyo tunahitaji na sisi tupate hati miliki, tuwe tuta upgrade haya maisha ili kila mtu awe atafaidika.
So tumezunguka zaidi ya miaka 7-8 tukitafuta search lakini hatupati. So tunaomba ni kwamba kama hivi tukienda last tukaambia kwamba serikali imefanya vitu imekuwa digitalized. So kama imekuwa digitalized, kwa nini hizi vitu havipatikani, vinafichwa chini ya mesa? So tuambiwe ukweli, kwa sababu kwa wananchi waka hapo wanakaa wakihangaika wakiwa squatter. Watabaki squatter miaka yote, tunakaa kama si wa Kenya. Ukweli wa mambo ni kwamba sasa serikali inuke tuambie ukweli. Kama wamejitetea hizo waweke vitu katika board ambao ni kwa mtu anaweza kusacha akapata kitu hata badala kusunguka kwenda katika ofisi hizi.
Over 300 students drawn from 7 secondary schools in Isiolo South constituency have benefited from a bursary donation fund amounting to 49,851,000 shillings. The funds, which were donated from the office of the area member of parliament, that is Mohammed Tubi, will ensure that vulnerable students from humble backgrounds continue with their education. Speaking during the check handover, Garbatula Sub-County Education Director Galgalo Salesa challenged parents to prioritize education of their children, urging them to ensure the girl child also gets equal education opportunities in the devolved unit.
Naona wazazi wamelegea. Nyinyi mmesahau ya kwamba hawa wasichana pia wanakuwa na haki ya kupata kile ambacho tunasema basic right, which is basic education. Kwa hivyo tuhakikishe hawa wasichana, hawa ndio wale ambao watakuja kutusaidia siku za baadaye.
Wasichana wengine wanaolewa kwa sababu wakifikisha darasa la 8 hata wakipita hawana uwezo wa kupelekwa shule ya pili. Lakini tangu mheshimiwa amekuja sasa watoto wote wanasoma.
Kwa kusema kweli, hii bursary ndio imefanya watoto wakae shule kutoka tarehe ya kwanza kufunguliwa shule mpaka shule kufungwa.
A family in Pasenga village located in Ruri Ward, Olkalau, Nyandarua County is reeling in shock after their 2 dairy cows were stolen and later found slaughtered. Jane Nyongesa, one of the affected farmers, say the incident has left her family deeply distressed as the stolen cows were a critical source of income. The animals had been providing milk that she relied on to support her household and fund a small dairy business. The remains of the cows were found by the road roadside between Pasengam and Silanga on the way to Kiroko village. Residents have condemned the incident, citing an increase in cases of livestock theft, describing it as a serious threat to rural livelihoods. They are calling on local authorities to intensify security patrols and take urgent action to prevent similar incidents.
Ng'ombe yangu imeibiwa, imechinjwa. Sasa wameniwacha bure. Na mimi mtu wa plot nimekomboa tu nyumba, niko na pressure. Mimi nisaidie. Naomba usaidizi.
Jana usiku kulitokea visanga. Niliamka asubuhi nikakuta sina ng'ombe na kuwa na ng'ombe 6. Kuta 2 haziyuko. Mmoja wezi waliingia. Wakabeba, wakaenda wakachinjia hapo chini. Hiyo moja yenye ilibaki ikajeruhiwa mguu.
Usalama ni kitu moja muhimu sana, hatutaki watu wetu wasumbuliwe. Wewe uko na ng'ombe moja ya maziwa pale, alafu mtu mwingine ananyamelea. That will be very frustrating to our farmers.
The World Peace Day was marked across several counties in Kenya, with Kitui and Mandera residents calling for harmony in regions often hit by conflict. In Sekuru Mwingi North, Kitui County, an area that has in the past witnessed violent clashes between camel herders and local farmers, residents joined county leaders and peace stakeholders to mark this year's International Day of Peace. Sekuru Deputy County Commissioner Mecha Mungeni commended locals for embracing dialogue with herders. In Mandera, leaders, elders and government officials used the day to urge communities to end recurring clan conflicts that have disrupted lives and livelihood for years.
The truth of the matter is there is no government initiative alone that can create a lasting peace. Peace begins with the people. It begins with how we treat each other, even at home, how we solve our disagreements, even when we are playing football, and how we include those who are often left behind.
Interclan conflicts ambazo zimekuwa hapa Mandera kwa sababu ya climate change, na watu wanashindania nini? Rasilimali ambazo ziko hapa Mandera.
Let us not shield criminals within our midst. Let them be flushed out.
Institutions of higher learning have been challenged to take a leading role in tree planting initiatives to increase the country's forest cover. Mishukis Polytechnic Chief Principal Ann Bogo says with the thousands of learners enrolled in universities, technical training institutions and colleges, the institutions have the potential to spearhead the noble cause and achieve the government's ambitious plan of 15 billion tree target. The call to action was made during a tree planting exercise at Wanjerere Forest in Murang'a County, which brought together at least 7 technical training institutions in the county.
We have done a coverage of this forest, at least 2 acreage of the trees that we have planted, the indigenous tree, so that we can ensure that this forest is also able to sustain the livelihoods, the animals that are here, also give us back the good air that we anticipate to breathe, and also be able to reduce on the climatic conditions that are currently adversely affecting us.
Today we are very, very delighted as TVET in Murang'a to have planted 3,000 trees. We are indeed very delighted to be part of the presidential campaign to plant and grow trees.
We are very, very appreciative the Ministry of TVET for allowing us to take this activity, and we look forward to more activities to make our country green.
We know that this greening is a very good initiative that even the future generation will realize that we'll be having the best environment to be.
A landmark grazing agreement has been signed between 3 pastoralist communities, the Rendile, Samburu and the Borana, to equally share water and pasture along the Ewasonyiro River following a drought that has forced over 10,000 livestock into Com Triangle area border between Isiolo, Samburu and Marsabit counties, where the 3 sub-counties converge. Speaking during the signing, Samburu East Deputy Commissioner, DCC, that is Stanley Langat, said the agreement will regulate livestock movement in the shared grazing zones, preventing conflict and restoring law and order.
Tumekutana hapa siku ya leo kwa lengo la kuandika resource peace agreement ambayo tumeandika siku ya leo hapa ya Com Triangle, na tutaanzia kwa kuenda kutembelea wale wachungaji wetu ambao wanachunga mifugo upande ule, ili tuweze kuongea nao waweze kuchunga rasilimali ambazo ziko kule.
Hakuna mtu anafaa kwenda kusumbua wengine ama kuiba mali ya wengine, na nafikiri niko na haki kwamba hii kikundi ambayo wako hapa tukiwa na partners wetu, hiyo maneno itaenda kuisha.
Tunashukuru jamii ya kutoka Merti, kutoka Laisamis na kutoka Samburu East ya kwamba tumekubaliana. Kilisho mbele yetu sasa ni kuweza kutekeleza hayo yote tumeweza kukubaliana ambayo tutaenda kuwafikia wale wachungaji.
Nyeri County Commissioner Ronald Muiwawi has emphasized the need for stronger family bonds as a solution to the rising cases of drug abuse and mental health challenges in the county. Speaking during a multi-agency committee meeting on drug control, Muiwawi raised concerns over the rising burden of mental illness in the county and linked the development to unresolved domestic issues and economic frustrations.
There are so many issues within the family level. Then the issue of resource management. We realize that most of our people are getting into transactions. Our people really need to invest a lot, to invest more on building stronger and stronger family ties. I think if we can address the family issue, I'm sure there are so many other diseases that we can really avoid.
Elsewhere, it is a beehive of activity at the sacred Mount Nyiro in Samburu County as political leaders flock to the mountain for blessings, with the mini polls set for November fast approaching. The mountain, considered holy by the Samburu community, attracts leaders from the community who are seeking the blessings of the elderly to vie. It is here that the leaders seeking positions undergo a rite that includes receiving a staff akin to that issued to Moses in the Bible, after which they are soaked in milk before the elders chant blessings in their mother tongue. After the ritual, the leader who receives the blessing goes straight home and does not mingle or talk to the crowd. This is meant to ensure the blessings stay with him. The symbolic ceremony is known as the journey to climb the Mount Nyiro.
Na ndo waseo wamwambia usisalimie mtu mwingine yote, aende saa hii, aende apande ndege. Ndio hiyo nyota yenye alipewa hapa mbele ya Nyiro, mtu mwingine hatujui nani ako na nia mbaya, asichukue nyota, aende kwake na aende na hiyo nyota yake na hiyo blessings yake.
Tunamwaga masiwa hapa karibu kwa laka hapa, tunamwaga ikonda kujua wakati tunaondoka, tunaenda namna hiyo, tunaenda hivi alafu tunatoroka hivi bila kuongea na mtu. Tunatoroka, tunaenda kuingia hapi ndege bila kuongea na mtu.
Hiyo kitu ukiwa mdogo. So sisi tuko attachment kwa ng'ombe kama uhai yetu. So ndio hiyo sababu tunasema ukibarikiwa mpaka ubarikiwe na maziwa ya ng'ombe. Maziwa ya ng'ombe ni tamu, maziwa ya ng'ombe ni nyeupe, na tunaamini kwa vitu mingi kitu nyeupe ni kala mzuri.
Kwa mila yetu ya Wasamburu, baraka zote zinafanyika hapa, ama sherehe zingine za kitamaduni huwa tunafanya hapa. Kwa sababu milima huu tunaamini ya kuwa hata sisi tunaamini Mungu yuko kwa hii milima.
Over 100 families in Mwetumberi village, Gilgil constituency, have a reason to smile 30 years later after getting connected to electricity through a partnership between Gilgil, NGCDF and the Kenya Power Company. Area Member of Parliament Martha Wangare noted that plans were underway to connect more homes to electricity as part of empowering the residents. The legislator added that the move will assist residents in starting small businesses and expand farming, which is a lifeline of the area.
Ambazo tunaweka stima kule Kikope na tutajaribu sana sababu bado hatujafika asilimia ile tunataka. Tungetaka kufika asilimia 90 na nafikiri sasa ndo tunakaribia asilimia 70 kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba tumepata umeme. Na
karibu 30 na kitu mimi sijawahi kuona mwangaza hata ya stima. Lakini kuanzia leo nitaanza kuona TV na mwangaza katika jikoni.
Naisaidia maana wakati nilikuja hapa nilikuwa sina stima, lakini wakati huu ninakaa nyumba naona akisa naona stima, naona TV.
Biashara nyingi, kuna kinyozi, unaweza weka kinyozi, unaweza weka hata welding, kazi ya welding. Tuko na mabibi ambao ni young wanaweza fanya kazi ya salon.
The Kenya Tea Development Agency, KTDA, has rolled out a 300 million shillings sanitation and hygiene program targeting schools in rural areas within tea growing zones. The initiative, which is part of a corporate social responsibility, is expected to enhance education opportunities as well as provide bursaries and improve sanitation facilities in schools.
We have come to one of our sanitation and hygiene project where we donated tanks and a sanitation block for the students because we know the importance of hygiene and water in terms of an enabling environment so that the student can study.
Junior secondary school teachers from Kwale County are calling for the separation of JSS institutions from the primary section for proper management. According to the teachers, continued management under primary schools has resulted in diminished educational standards of a JSS. They are now calling for the appointment of JSS head teachers and their deputies for a seamless implementation of the new curriculum.
We demand the recognition of junior schools as a distinct and separate level of education, fully anchored with the competence-based education CBE framework.
Sisi tuko na tajriba, tuko na experience, tuko na masomo ambayo tukiwezeshwa tunaweza kudeliver 100, 250%. Lakini kwa hali ambayo inaendelea sasa hii tumesema JS autonomy now.
27 minutes past the hour. Do not go too far. We need to take our short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be telling you more of an ODM-PG meeting that is currently underway with the party leader Raila Amolo Odinga currently attending. So don't go too far.
From the depths of the sea to the heart of the land, Kenya's coastal region is transforming.
Hii barabara ikiisha ita create a very big impact.
Hapa kuna kazi ambazo zitawaboost, ambazo zitawaepusha na mabalaa ya huko nje ya kuiba, ukora.
In the framework of the 1 million acres that need to come under irrigation food production, this project is part of that.
Tunashukuru serikali sasa kutuletea mradi huo umeme na tupate mafriza tuweze kuweka samaki zetu badala ya kwenda kutoka baharini uvuke uende Shimoni.
Through strategic national investments, lives are changing. Hope is rising and the promise of prosperity is being fulfilled.
Unafanya nini hapo?
Unaona nafanya nini?
Mambo boss.
Ha. Baba yako ndiye amekutuma ukuje ujifundishe kazi mapema.
Lesha. Mimi ni mfupi wa mwili lakini wewe ni mfupi wa akili.
Hey.
Katunge. This is prosperous.
Wewe wachana na mambo ya prosperous new year bado.
It is very disrespectful kuniweka kwa group ya WhatsApp bila kuniconsult.
Shukai niache pesa yako na matatizo yako mkakule na watu wenu. Nataka kuoa.
Ngaigwani ni nini imebanyika? Ni mambo ya mokaka anaenda kuoa. Kwani wewe hujui?
Wacha nipatie bwana harusi usukani aendelee hapo kwingine.
Naomba mmoja wetu atuombe. Wewe unaenda wapi?
From a single stage in 2019 to a nationwide takeover in 2024, Oktoberfest has become one of Kenya's biggest cultural celebrations. And in a night themed celebrating the Nyatiti, heritage and rhythm came alive as Anyango Nyarsiaya and Makadem shared one unforgettable stage. Her latest album is redefining the sound. We've got the one-on-one with the Queen, Muhonja. Remember to tune in to Grapevine at 8 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1. You gotta do.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, before we continue with other news, let me take you down a memory lane. Here is our edition of the Cabinet this afternoon.
Attended Tenwek High School from Form 1 to Form 4 and then Cardinal Lutunga High School for his A-levels, after which he was employed as a supervisor at James Finley Tea Company in Kericho District, now Kericho County. In 1983, his attempt to become Bomet MP was thwarted by Isaac Salat, then a powerful assistant minister in the office of the president. Salat's death in 1988 yanked the door wide open for Kones, who was appointed assistant minister for agriculture upon his election as MP. Ahead of Kenya's return to political pluralism in 1991, Kones teamed up with KANU stalwarts William Olentimama, Nicholas Biwott and Henry Koskei to mobilize Rift Valley residents to resist return of multi-party politics. He was re-elected Bomet MP in the 1992 polls, and President Moi appointed him a minister in the office of the president. In the 1997 elections, he was re-elected and appointed to the head of Public Works and Housing Ministerial docket before being moved to Research, Science and Technology. Towards the 2002 general election, however, his loyalty to KANU came under close scrutiny and he was moved to the less influential Ministry of Vocational Training. Kones finally fell out with President Moi altogether and briefly joined the Muungano wa Mageuzi movement led by lawyer and fellow politician James Orengo. Before the 2002 general election, he shifted his support to Ford People, which was led by Simeon Nyachae, who had also fallen out with President Moi. Nyachae, who had earlier parted ways with the National Rainbow Coalition after Odinga endorsed Kibaki as the coalition presidential flag bearer, picked Kones as his running mate, and the two put up a spirited fight for the presidency. In 2002, Kones lost his parliamentary seat to Nick Salat but was nominated as an MP by the Ford People Party, which he also chaired. On 30th June 2004, President Kibaki appointed Kones Assistant Minister for Public Works. In 2005, after the government-backed referendum failed, Kones refused to be reappointed to his old job as Assistant Minister, reckoning that the ground was hostile. He would later move to associate with Raila Odinga, who had led the no side of the referendum that was symbolized by an orange, and that became the Orange Democratic Movement Party, on which Kones rode to Parliament and into the cabinet after the formation of the Grand Coalition government in 2007. He was part of President Mwai Kibaki's cabinet for just 57 days before his death in a plane crash on 10th June 2008, aged 56. Jackie Wambiru.
Here's the latest in business. The Central Bank of Kenya, CBK, has established the Banking Sector Cybersecurity Operations Center that will handle cyber threat intelligence, incident response, digital forensics, and cyber investigations. In a statement, CBK said the new center is a key component in the implementation of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Regulations of 2024. The regulator said it has taken note of the prevailing regulatory compliance pressure and has commenced the process of aligning and harmonizing the Commercial Bank's Cybersecurity Guidelines 2017 and the Payment Service Providers Cybersecurity Guidelines of 2019 with the provisions of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Critical Information Infrastructure and Cybersecurity Regulations 2024. Elsewhere, mobile money subscriptions in Kenya has soared to 47.72 million active users, driven by financial technology activity and a growing preference for digital transactions. According to the Communication Authority of Kenya, fourth quarter sector statistics report of 2024-2025, mobile money subscription rose by 5.2% between April and June.
Report shows that mobile money subscriptions penetration rate stands at 91%, affirming the critical role of mobile money platforms such as M-Pesa, Airtel Money and Equitel in transforming the country's financial services landscape. The Communications Authority of Kenya says this increase was mainly driven by the growing demand to close the gaps on financial inclusion, especially among the unbanked. During the same period, Kenya's SIM card subscriptions expanded by 1% to 76.6 million, while mobile phone connections hit 73.3 million devices, of which 43 million are smartphones. Feature phones declined by 9.5% from 32.6 million to 29.5 million devices. At the same time, the number of mobile money agents rose 9.2% to 453,480. M-Pesa, operated by Safaricom, continues to lead the market with a stronghold of more than 90% market share. Its widespread agent network, seamless integrations, and reputation for reliability make it the go-to option for most Kenyans. However, competitors like Airtel Money and Equitel are slowly gaining ground. Airtel has seen growth thanks to aggressive marketing, free fee transfers, and improved service offerings. Mobile data subscriptions surged to a record 58.6 million by the end of the quarter, with 4G constituting 58.1%. The adoption of 4G and 5G technologies has continued to grow, mainly influenced by the growing demand for high-speed internet for activities such as streaming, online learning, remote work, and e-commerce. Alanauko, Lunchtime News.
Stakeholders in the real estate sector have applauded government efforts to expand home ownership in the country, while urging closer collaboration with private players to accelerate delivery of the affordable housing for the middle class and Kenyans at large. Speaking during the 9th Annual Digital Real Estate Awards in Nairobi County, industry leaders noted that government programs such as the Affordable Housing Initiative have laid a strong foundation, adding that deeper partnership with the developers, financiers, and other private sector actors will unlock even more opportunities for ordinary Kenyans to own homes. Organized by Digital Events, the awards recognize and celebrate organizations and individuals who have delivered outstanding results in their respective niches and positively impacted the lives of their clients.
Partnership between the government and private companies has been good and the support has been felt, and we appreciate working in an environment that enables us to be able to keep giving these loans to our customers.
Our light gauge still is 100% an eco-solution. Apart from that, this year we have launched our gypsum studs and channels that helps our customers to save trees. Our customer solution helps our customers not to dispose pieces of roofing sheets that are cut off. The 25% we're talking about, most of the time finds itself in an environment where it goes in to pollute the environment.
Tunaomba serikali kama kaunti yote inaweza fanya digitali ndio kazi ikuwe rahisi. Kwa sababu mtu leo akitaka kufanya search hatimiliki yake lazima aende kwa land registrar. Na tunaomba hiyo ifanywe watu ndio mtu akiwa kwa kitanda yake anaweza tumanua hatimiliki yake.
The daily economic burdens of millions of Indians could ease slightly as the sweeping tax cuts take effect. Staples like milk and bread, life and medical insurance, and life-saving drugs will become tax-free. Here are the details of this and other stories making headlines across the globe.
The sweeping cuts are part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's major overhaul of India's complex goods and services tax regime announced earlier this month. This is expected to both simplify the tax code and give a fledgling household consumption, which makes up over half of India's gross domestic product, GDP. A much-needed Philip consumption tax on small cars, television sets, and air conditioners will drop from 28% to 18%, and other common goods like hair oil, toilet soap, and shampoo will be taxed at a marginal 5% instead of 12% or 18%. Meanwhile, Rupit Madosh and his son Alashlan are expected to be part of a group of investors trying to buy TikTok in the U.S., President Donald Trump says. In a Fox News interview that aired on Sunday, Trump said the man would probably be involved in a proposed deal to keep TikTok operating in the U.S. He also said Oracle chairman Larry Ellison and Dell founder Michael Dell would likely be involved. The sale is required because of a law passed by Congress in April 2024 that would ban the app unless its Chinese parent company ByteDance sells it to U.S. That law was proposed over years that Beijing could access the personal data of TikTok's 170 million American users. Its enforcement is on hold pending a deal. Finally, China's one-year loan prime rate, a market-based benchmark lending rate, came in at 3.0% on Monday, unchanged from the previous month. The over 5-year loan prime rate, which serves as a reference for most mortgage rate, also remains steady at 3.5%, according to the National Interbank Funding Center, authorized by the People's Bank of China. Loan prime rates reflect the cost of financing for households and businesses. Stable rates help maintain borrowing conditions, while lower rates can reduce repayment burdens and encourage investment and consumption.
Here's the latest in sports. Wekesa Caleb and Waruguru Rose were named the Gift of Chess Outreach Best Boy and Girl Players after completion of the 4th edition of the Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki Chess Tournament held at the M-Pesa Foundation. More than 300 players competed in the 2-day tournament.
From Mali's Children Family Home proved too good on the board to become the Gift of Chess Outreach Best Players after 2 days of competition in the Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki 4th edition. Otieno Roni of the Para Chess Club won the Best Player Living with Disability Award with a score of 4 points. Mugwe Declan of Children's House and Wambui Brita of Spleng School won the Boy and Girl Awards for the under 6 years category.
As Gift of Chess, Kenya, it's as mentioned, I think, before, is we are not looking to build champions through and through. It's also a tool to empower and expose them. We know that the talent has opened doors for many people out there. There are people who've gotten employment scholarships because of their talent. So as Gift of Chess, we want to ensure that we don't just support them for a few days. We walk the journey with them.
Orlando Paul Jr. and Jumba Gloria were the overall champions of the Senior Open category in the tournament that brought together players from all walks of life, including children's homes, slums, persons living with disability, and clubs.
Consistency, hard work, determination. You might not win every time. You might not even win for the first 2 years. Because I remember, currently our national champ, he has never been the national champ while he was still playing for the junior section. But once he just leapfrogged to the senior section, he became the current country national champ. So don't just give up. The effort, every day, do something, keep up. You'll just get there one day.
Orlando Jr. won the men's title with a score of 6 points, beating closest rival Christian Mugambi and Karani Ezekiel, who settled for second and third positions respectively.
This tournament was made possible through collaboration between Gift of Chess and the Rotary Club Cayman Islands. As Gift of Chess, we endeavor to ensure that every child who is interested in chess from every corner of the country and the world is able to get the opportunity and to be able to live their potential and live their dream. They should not miss this opportunity because they can't access a board, they can't access a tournament. So we endeavor to reach as many children as we can.
Jumba Gloria won the ladies category after beating Wanjiru Lucy and Angel Kagambi, who took home the silver and bronze rewards respectively. Kaloki Hawi and Elizabeth Cassidy Minor were the winners of the Junior Open category.
And the focus tonight of the football world, especially the 69th edition of the Ballon d'Or ceremony, is set to take place today in Paris, where a total of 30 men and 30 women nominees will be in contention for the prestigious award. This year's edition will expand to include 3 new categories celebrating the achievements of female players. The 2025 awards will include the men's and women Ballon d'Ors, Copa Trophy for the best young player, Yashin Trophy for the best goalkeeper, Mola Trophy for the top scorer in the club and national team, as well as Johan Cruyff Trophy for the best coach, men and women's club of the year, and the Socrates Award for the solidarity actions or societal causes carried out by a committed champion.
Back-to-back for Aitana Bonmati.
Now back to one of our top stories this afternoon. The Orange Democratic Movement, that is the ODM party, is currently having a group meeting here in the capital, and the party leader, that is Raila Amolo Odinga, is in attendance. Let's get to hear the session that is ongoing there. Okay, we apologize for that. I do hear we have lost the signal for that particular PG meeting, and of course our very own George Jacob Curia will inform us in our subsequent bulletin. Let's take a short commercial break, then when we come back we'll see if we've gotten a hold of our very own John Jacob Curia.
We are shining the spotlight on the women who are shaping the Kenya's film and theatre industry.
My birth was a performance in itself.
Oh, girl.
I would put skits.
Yes.
You know, and I was the character, the actor in all the skits. I was the mother, I was the father, I was the brother, I was the sister, I was the house girl, I was everybody.
I don't think there's any actor whose parents have forced them to be actors.
Of course.
Like, you must be an actor. Forget about being a doctor. Be an actor.
When you walk into a room, first of all, people judge you and they want to see, are you creative enough? And then the next thing is, if you're in a leadership role, can you lead?
Because at times people think it's the relationship with that woman that will give you the job. You show them, no, bring me the skills, and I will tell you whether you can work with me or not.
You can't expect everything to just be served to you on a silver platter. This industry needs people to be hardworking.
From a single stage in 2019 to a nationwide takeover in 2024, Oktoberfest has become one of Kenya's biggest cultural celebrations. And in a night themed celebrating the Nyatiti, heritage and rhythm came alive as Anyango Nyarsiaya and Makadem shared one unforgettable stage. Her latest album is redefining the sound. We've got the one-on-one with the Queen, Muhonja. Remember to tune in to Grapevine at 8 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1. You gotta do.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, leaders of the United Democratic Party UDP in Kakamega County have distanced themselves from politics opposing President William Ruto's administration, saying their main focus is recruiting new members at the grassroots level ahead of the 2027 general election. Speaking in Ikholomani constituency after a party membership recruitment exercise, UDP's acting county chairperson Godfrey Minondi stated that the party has yet to align itself with any political coalition. Minondi added that the party will continue strengthening its grassroots presence, targeting all 60 wards in Kakamega County and across the nation.
Structures. Natumai viongozi wote ambao tumeweza kuchukuliwa, wacha kila mmoja akaweze kushika mkondo wake, ndipo hata kazi yetu ikaweze ikuwe rahisi.
Na imani kwa muda ulio mchache tu tutakuwa na usajili wa watu zaidi ya 5,000 hapa Idaho Central. Lengo kubwa ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba chama cha UDP kinaingiza rais ambaye ni Mheshimiwa Cyrus Jirongo. UDP! Ngao yetu! UDP! Ngao yetu! UDP!
Economic stakeholders in Tharaka Nithi now want cultural festivals held annually, noting that they foster unity among communities while spurring local economic growth. Governor Muthomi Njoki's economic advisor, Mutegi Kabisani, who spoke during the ongoing celebrations at Ura Gate in Mukodhima Ward, said the cultural festivals demonstrate how culture can bring people together and create new economic opportunities.
Tuko na furaha nyingi kama watu wa eneo hii kwa sababu ya hii hafla. Wakati wa nyimbo kama hizi ilikuwa inaleta amani na uhusiano mwema. Kwa hivyo tunataka hii Urangeti iendelee, tuwe na amani na kupendana na kuendeleza mambo mazuri katika eneo hii. Hao watu wanataka chains. Jaribu bila utaweza, hao watu wapate mahali ya kukaa pazuri. Hata uwanja huu ukiwekwa maji na tupande nyasi itakuwa mzuri zaidi, ama namna gani?
Well, of course, all eyes will be in Paris this evening as we wait to see if it will be Barcelona's player or star, that is Lamine Yamal, as well as PSG's Dembele. Who will it be? Tune in to find out that particular time. That concludes our bulletin. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Susan Thuku. Good afternoon for now.
offers a diverse array of classic street foods, tantalizing taste buds with mouth-watering bites like nyama choma and ugali, mukimo, and deliciously spiced mutura.
Is known for its vibrant street food scene, offering an array of flavorful and affordable dishes. And today I will be sampling the 3 classic street foods that Nairobi has to offer. Let's go. My first stop is the Pelican Village, a lively food court in Nairobi known for its affordable street foods. Here, I'm going to be learning more about nyama choma and ugali from Masai, who is our chef. Let's go. Tell us, what is nyama choma?
Nyama choma is equivalent to a slaughtered goat or cow. We have rib chops and the front hind.
Na hii ni mkono.
This is what people eat a lot.
Ni chops.
People love the rib chops a lot.
Wanakula sana.
Umekuwa ukifanya for how long?
Nimefanya for miaka mingi.
I have been doing this for many years, since 2013.
Lan, I want you to show us the process from the beginning till the end. Sindio?
Okay. Fine.
The first step, we cut the raw ribs.
Mbavu.
So Masai has just cut for us some raw meat, specifically the front leg of a goat, and that is what we're going to marinate and then throw on to our grill. From here we marinate the meat, right?
Yeah, and from here we marinate.
We then marinate with salty water. After that, we put it in the grill. Then you keep on turning the meat, as also you keep on marinating it with the salty water.
What is the accompaniment for nyama choma?
People love ugali as the main accompaniment for nyama choma. Then we have mokimo, chips, greens, and kachumbari.
Kachumbari and greens.
So how long will this take?
After that, 40 minutes.
So 35-40 minutes and we'll be back here to see how it looks.
The meat is ready.
The nyama choma is so juicy. That was so delicious, but my journey has only just begun. The next part of my journey takes me to Chiemo, Delhi, where I'm going to be learning more about a very traditional food that is very close to the hearts of all Kenyans. This is mokimo with Anne Wairimu.
Mokimo is the traditional food for the Kikuyu community.
So today you're going to teach us how to make mokimo, right?
Yes. We will require potatoes, boiled maize, pumpkin leaves.
What makes the mokimo color green?
And onions. As our onions continue to cook, we will put our boiled maize here with the cooked potatoes.
We do it for 5 minutes, as long as the potato is completely mashed.
We are now done with mashing the maize.
So now we're blending the kahorora, and if you're looking for an alternative, you could use pumpkin leaves to create that green color.
We are now putting the kahorora into our mokimo. It adds color and the taste of our mokimo.
Could you tell me where you learned how to make this mokimo?
I knew how to cook in my parents' house, and I used to visit my grandmother a lot.
So now the onions are ready, and it's time for us to fry the mokimo.
Our mokimo is ready now. We can serve.
We are now ready to eat. It is everything I was imagining it to be. I love how you served it with some beef stew soup. You told me, why do people love this dish so much?
Because it's very healthy. It has vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates. It gives you a lot of energy.
Now I understand why this is a popular dish. Finally, I am now on the lovely streets of Nairobi hunting for the best mutura in town. So we are right outside a local club in Nairobi. Why is this such a popular snack at night?
Mutura is known as the African sausage. We use it as a bite when you order food and you're awaiting the main dish. Also, when you get off work during the evenings.
How long have you been doing this?
I have been doing this job for 2 years.
Can you tell us a little bit about what is inside the mutura?
Mutura usually has meat, small intestines, onions, and secret ingredients which I cannot reveal.
You will not reveal everything. So there's not much that goes on into it after you've already put everything inside the intestine, yeah? Casing. All right. So how long does it take to...
It takes 7 to 10 minutes to prepare the
7 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'll wait.
This one?
Right now, yeah.
200 only.
For all of this?
Yeah.
Moment of truth. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Because it's happening. Nairobi's vibrant food culture is embodied in its love for food. Like nyama choma's sizzling grilled meat, the traditionally made mokimo, and even the mutura's unique meat stuffed sausage. Each dish showcases Nairobi's diverse and flavorful culinary traditions. But you must try it for yourself.
From a single stage in 2019 to a nationwide takeover in 2024, Oktoberfest has become one of Kenya's biggest cultural celebrations. And in a night themed celebrating the Nyatiti, heritage and rhythm came alive as Anyango Nyarsiaya and Makadem shared one unforgettable stage.